Hi everyone, and welcome to the Learning Ladder, and welcome to my 37-week pregnancy updates. I'm currently 38 weeks and 1 day pregnant today. This week has been very interesting in terms of pressure. Definitely feeling like things are moving down. Also, I've had a few Braxton Hicks this week, and I have had them previously, but quite, nothing really to speak of. But this week I thought, oh, actually, they're a bit more noticeable. So that's been interesting. Still no gas and air or oxygen from the hospital has arrived. So I'm just like, I really hope they ordered it. They said they did, so I just have to trust and believe that they did. So we still got another week, because she said up to 2 weeks before it could arrive. But that's kind of just like, oh, I just want it to be here. I really do. And pretty much everything craving wise and everything like that has stayed the same. Still loving my tangerines. Tangerines have definitely been my huge craving this pregnancy for sure. I'm on a yogurt kick right now, so maybe I need calcium, I don't know, but any kind of like Greek yogurt or with fruit and stuff like that is just amazing. Heartburn has been crazy this week though. I don't know why, because they say it's supposed to get better as the baby moves down, but it hasn't. This week it's actually got worse, so I've pretty much all the time. Still not taking anything for it, still just using my Polymints and drinking water and stuff like that, which does actually help. I've explained previously why I don't want to take anything. It's basically because of my iron, because it can interfere with iron intake, and obviously because of the fact that I was severely anemic in my first pregnancy, ended up having a blood transfusion. This pregnancy I've been really proactive and really careful for that to not happen. Despite everything that I was doing, I was still getting anemic, so I ended up having an iron transfusion, and I don't want that to be for a waste. And it has worked as far as I know, so HB has gone up, so I don't really want to mess around with taking anything that can impact my iron absorption to wreck, going through the infusion and everything. So I can put up with it. It's not the end of the world. I can cope. Just kind of like the thoughts of, is it getting time yet? I feel like I've been nesting as well, pretty much. Done everything. I've got one more thing I want to do on my list, and then everything's done. Clean the carpets last weekend upstairs, and they're all looking really nice now. Clean the car, and also, cleaned everywhere in the house entirely. All the curtains have been washed bar too, which I just need to get done this weekend. And then, yeah, I feel like if I had the gas and air and oxygen, I would literally say everything's ready, but we don't, so we're not ready, because I can't be ready until I've got the gas and air and oxygen. It's funny because it snowed yesterday, and a lot of people say that when it snows, people go into labour, so I'm like, no, wait, we need to get the gas and air and oxygen first. But one thing though, I have severely noticed, and that's getting in the car is really difficult, being in the car. So yesterday we had to go to the city, so 3.5 hours each way. I was 38 weeks pregnant yesterday, to go to an orthodontist appointment with my daughter, and oh my gosh, that was like the worst journey ever in terms of comfort level. I was so uncomfortable. Kept getting really strong Braxton Hicks on the way down there. Just like so uncomfortable. I couldn't get any position would be comfortable. I had to like use a seatbelt as a winch to kind of like get myself out of the seat to get out of the car. It was crazy. And it's funny because it's been 4 weeks since we've done that journey, because the last time we did it was when we had to take Jace to the crematorium and pick him up. So it's been 4 weeks, and the difference between then and now in terms of comfort level in the car is off the charts. Also peeing more, so I think we stopped like 4 or 5 times on the way there, and the same on the way back. And bearing in mind the distance between toilets is really far, so like you're crossing your legs for a lot of the time, which is not fun. But it just makes me even more angry, I guess, that they're asking pregnant women to do that journey in labour, which to go to the hospital if they want to have a spontaneous birth, which is just, it's so not fair. It really is not fair one bit. If I was struggling at 38 weeks not in labour, can you imagine what it'd be like at 40 weeks pregnant in labour? Just, it doesn't bear thinking about. I don't know how anyone in government or anyone can think that that is right, that women should have to do that. It is just absolutely outrageous. Yeah, all because they closed the maternity department at the hospital. But yes, what else? I have got some clips of things that I've set up in the nursery, which I'll insert here. packed my bags this week. I just need to figure out where I want to actually put the stuff in. So it's just currently like a kind of hold all thing. I'm like, should I split them into, we've got those little carry-on suitcases, you know, the little roll ones, the tiny ones that fit under the seat, not the ones that go in the overhead compartment. And I'm thinking, should I put it in there, like one for me, one for baby? I don't know. That's my quandary this weekend. I need to think about where actually. I mean, they could just stay in the bag they're in. I could just, you know, take that bag with me, but I don't know. I think it might be better to have 2 smaller bags rather than 1 bigger one. I don't know, but like I say, I'm hoping that I'm going to be at home anyway, so this is not going to matter. But you know, packing for all possibilities. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I've done my bump shot. Yeah, I finished my birthing course. So I did Dr. Melanie Jackson's birthing course. She's from the Great Birth Rebellion podcast. And it's all about how to labour with no pain medication and stuff like that. All about positive mindset and, you know, making sure the people around you have a positive mindset and, you know, different things to consider yourself and, you know, different methods of pain relief and stuff to consider. And it was really good. I did enjoy it. So I finished that. So I just feel like I've got my TENS machine now. Which was an issue because I'd ordered one from Amazon back in Black Friday. When was Black Friday? November, obviously. And I tested it when it arrived, just putting batteries in the little compartment, and it's come on and it's turned on straight away. I hadn't actually connected the electrodes up because you're not supposed to test it on yourself until 37 weeks. And I thought, well, the batteries have gone in and it seems to be fine, so why would I, you know, worry? Come to test it when I'm 37 weeks. It doesn't work once you attach the electrodes. And I watched a video on it and several people in the comments said the exact same thing, so I think it might be a known fault. But I contacted Amazon and they said I couldn't return it to them because it had been past 30 days. So I contacted the company that made it and they said I couldn't return it to them because I didn't buy it from them. So I'm kind of stuck with this TENS machine that's useless. But they did say they would send replacement electrodes, so I guess the only thing I can do is when the electrodes come, test it, and if it works then obviously you can sell it, but other than that it's pretty much useless. But I did order an L10s one, which I'm super happy about now. It's expensive though, that's the only thing. But I'll resell it off obviously once I finish with it. But it turned on, worked first time, and I'm pretty sure I had the same one in my first pregnancy. So that gives me kind of peace of mind to know that it actually does work. The other one, who knows whether or not, even if it did connect properly, whether or not it was any good, I don't know. So it's not always wise to buy things that are on sale, as I've learned. I'm just glad I tested it though at 37 weeks. Imagine if I didn't, that would be a nightmare, because that's pretty much one of my only pain relief tools I have in terms of a device or something like that. So I'm glad that's been resolved. I can't think of anything else. Yeah, just give me all your tips for labour. It's been a while since I've given birth, so any tips, especially if you've gone unmedicated, I'd appreciate it, and I will see you in our next video. So take care, bye for now. I'm curious how many more of these I'll actually have to do. So with my daughter, I was 41 weeks when I went into labour, and she came the next day, so I was 41 weeks and 1 day when she was born. So I'm curious to see when I go into labour this time. I kind of like have the 39th week in my head for some reason. Whether or not that's just, I've just plucked that number from nowhere, I don't know. Well, possibly, maybe. But I don't know, I'm also thinking when the gas and air and oxygen come, my body will relax, and then maybe that will be when. Because I feel like right now I'm just like too tense maybe, because I want those things first. So maybe that's why it wouldn't happen sooner. I don't know, but you know, who knows? You can't control it. It's supposed to be when the baby is ready. That's when it happens. So when he's ready, regardless of how I feel, it'll be when it'll happen. So, but I'm not doing any kind of like induction methods. I'm not doing a sweep. I did a sweep with my daughter. So painful. Didn't work, and I swear that's what caused my water to break first before labour started. Thankfully, contractions did start later that day, but not the day of the sweep, but the day the water broke. But that was possibly pure luck. It might not have done that, so I'm definitely not doing any kind of sweeps. Keep sweeps away from me. And also, and at the time as well, it's interesting because I don't think they properly explained what they were going to do either, and no one told me that there was a risk of premature rupture of your membranes if you do a sweep. If you know that, that's great, but nobody told me that, so I don't think that it's right at all. But anyway, unless you're fully informed, how can you be consenting to something if you don't know, understand, or know what it's about? And yes, obviously I could have researched, but I was a first-time mum and I just trusted them completely. I thought, you know, I did everything they told me to do in my first pregnancy because I had no experience. None of my friends were having babies at the time. I was the first, so I felt like, you know, they know what they're doing. They're the professionals. I just went along with everything that they said. This time I've done my research on absolutely everything, which I feel like is so much better because then I'm fully informed and know what I'm consenting to or not consenting to. So yes, so no sweeps, definitely not doing that. Like I said, I'm staying far away from any kind of induction unless there's a severe problem and it has to be like serious, not just a, oh, you know, we recommend because you've gone over, whatever. No, there has to be an actual genuine medical problem for me to even remotely consider that. So yeah, he'll come when he's ready. That's my philosophy right now, and that's not going to change, obviously, unless there's a problem, but fingers crossed there won't be. It'll just come when he's ready, and I think that's the safest way because induction leads to a cascade of interventions. The more interventions you have, the greater risk of more interventions on top of that, and we don't want that. So yeah, plus the thought of having to drive home with a newborn 3.5 hours from the hospital after you've just had a C-section because of an induction failure does not remotely appeal, considering how bad the roads are in terms of potholes and everything else. The windy roads it's not straight pretty much most of the time. It's not a straight road, it's all windy bends, severe bends as well, not just, you know, a little corner. And the thought of doing that after you've just had a C-section would be, oh no, I feel so sorry for any woman that has to do that. So I'm really hoping natural birth again, which is what I had in my first pregnancy, but this time unmedicated, because I did actually have an epidural with my first pregnancy. So this will be my first time going fully unmedicated, and I'm super excited about the prospect of it because I've heard so many great things about how the hormone, your natural hormones that are produced in your body and stuff can really help. And I did actually feel that until I had the epidural. Once I had the epidural, everything changed in terms of how my body felt. So I do think there is definitely an impact that having medicine in labour can do to your, you know, the natural process, obviously. And also like interventions that follow afterwards. Thankfully I was okay, and apart from the epidural I didn't have to have any interventions. You know, things progressed, but I do blame the epidural on my tear because of the fact I couldn't feel anything and she was telling me to push when she wanted me to push, and also there was meconium at the end and she kind of panicked and told me to push harder, and I swear that was when, because she literally said, her exact words were, there's meconium, we need to get the baby out now, push hard. So I did, baby came out, but I swear that was the push that caused my tear. Because I couldn't feel anything. All I did was, you know, push as hard as I could. And I've done a bit more research about the tear that I had, and it's actually quite rare, and it's usually caused by pushing too hard. So it was obviously the epidural's fault, so I'm staying far away from them as possible this time. And I think the best way to do that is to be at home, because you can't have one then. You literally can't. You just have to mind over matter. You just have to deal with it. But yeah, give me all your labour tips for unmedicated birth. I'd appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye for now. And you can push it up against the bed, and it has like little straps that you attach to the bed. So I'm super excited. Can't wait to use it. Checked sheets fit, so that was one of my concerns, but definitely sheets fit. I also set up his little newborn insert on his high chair. I'm going to put these away in the drawer, but that's what it looks like. Super easy to assemble as well. It's got this cute little mobile hanging off it. And I also set up his little bouncy seat. Oh, so exciting, really is. Started filling up his little supplies in his nappy caddy. So this weekend I want to check that the car seat is okay in the car. It should be, because they're supposed to be universal now, so check the base is okay. I want to take his sterilizer downstairs and set it up, and just open the box for his video monitor, and then that's pretty much everything that's been unboxed, apart from his 2 play mats, which I think I'm just going to wait until he's here and assemble them when he's ready to play with them. But I don't know, I might do it beforehand. But I need to get the wheels downstairs out of here, just so we've got a bit more room. This is still in here, his little bassinet thing, because I need to have the bedroom clear for when this little, oh, there you go, something better to look at, for when the midwives are here. So I can't put it by the bed, so it's kind of like in the way, but there's nowhere else I can put it. I've still got my pregnancy pillow in here. I'll probably take that back in to my room, so it's out of the way. Put this little cot mobile up. I am not putting the mattress on yet. This has got this like yellow plastic on. Leave that for until he's born. That's my change bag in there. Nursing pillow. My daughter's computer. I need to move out of here. But yeah, it's looking cool. There's JCPenney, our guardian angel. So this week I got his little next to me crib set up. So this is the Graco Sweet to Sleep. Okay, and here we have the 38-week bump shot. I feel huge. I always think it looks small in the mirror, but in real life it's absolutely massive. Getting big. 38 weeks.